Inspired by her. I know many big authors have inspired you, but she's a very young author and she has done a good job.
Thank you so much. So, ma'am spoke about the value of reading, so spoke about the value of writing. I'm going to deviate a little from the topic, only because when I used to sit there, I knew what I wanted to hear, so I'm giving that an attempt. Yes, she already mentioned I write poetry, so if it's a little poetic, please bear with me. A spark of light, a new star of the night. A gorgeous woman stood and looked back at what made her proud. Life is an adventure or a ride. You either are the captain that guides or a passenger that has no say in what's right. But there is a flip side to every coin, and you will notice how that has made a massive difference in my life. I'll narrate to you a tale today, a vivid imagery of my childhood days. I still remember I could never spell the word strong. Until one day my uncle came up to me and he asked me, what is the problem? But I had nothing to tell him because I just didn't know. I didn't know what the problem with me and spellings was or what the problem with me and English was in general. Of course, mom was told a lot of times by a lot of people that, you're doing the wrong thing. You're teaching your daughters their mother tongue first. They'll just turn out to be gavars. So my uncle smiled and then he related each letter of the word strong to something funny in my mother tongue. And from that day, I've learned to do that for every difficult spelling I've learned. I've done it so much that now when I pen down my poems, there are a lot of words. My sister also doesn't understand and she's a scientist. So the level of me relating and learning new words has been inculcated a lot inside me. And if I have to look back to my life and tell you I've always been a pro at writing, except for the spellings part, I'll only be lying. I love stories, but I couldn't write to save my life. Like I just couldn't. Did I see it as a problem? No. Because that will only be taking me to my doom. Because what will I do if I hadn't to write? I have always loved literature. I'm an avid reader of Shakespeare's stories. And I would still say I worship him. Because had it not been for Shakespeare and the lessons taught in school, I really wouldn't have learned the best lessons of my life. Lady Macbeth of Shakespeare taught me that if I let fear dominate my life, I'd only be killing myself in the end. Macbeth taught me that overconfidence can leave me lying in my tomb. But Hamlet, on the other hand, taught me how belief in oneself is just the right tool. Leaving your life dependent on anyone else only draws you backward in this game of life. Make a problem your best friend. How absurd does that sound? I'm sure it sounds really absurd for you, but I'm very, very glad it does because one, it already sets you apart from the crowd because you're thinking out of the box. And secondly, it lets you break those rose-colored spectacles through which we view life and see the actual beauty of reality. Ideas, whims, fancies, fantasies, I still like living by them all because that's fiction, that's what we've all read, right? How you'll say I'll manage it is because your problem, my best friend, has taught me how to manage it. You wonder why I said rose-colored spectacles when I said you view life like that? Because, see, as you grow in life, each phase adds a new hue to the atmosphere. You cling to that and view life with that hue. So you don't really see anything beyond what's been set for you by your predecessors. So, you tend to view life in a one-directional manner. No, I didn't want to refer to the band, but I still like the band's music because I'm sure most of you also do. And like music, music has different beats, different genres, right? Live life like that. Take a new day, treat it with a different attitude and see how beautiful it can be. Writing. Where did that come from? You definitely have to ask me that. I'll say it was all thanks to my problems, my harsh and brutal times, the people who've troubled me, the people who've irritated me. Again, that sounds absurd. How can you write when you're irritated? I like viewing life very weirdly. I like doing weird things in life, and that is why I saw it in a positive attitude. When you're irritated, you cannot do anything. You need to take it out of your head, right? You go to a friend, you talk to your mom, you talk to your dad, your teacher. I feel instead of burdening someone with your problem, because I'm sure everyone has their own doors to deal with, you write, you vent, you talk, you just let it out of you. So, a thought can be venomous, and still it was anyone, mind you, anyone can be an author or a poet, because it's not about what you write, it's more about why you write about it. It's not about how, it's about the feelings you're taking out on paper or you're typing if you can't write. I learned to shed my inhibitions, use the power of my wit to plan my journey and climb that hill of conquering English. For had it not been for my teacher in Baldwin Girls High School, Mrs. Rosario, my teachers at Cotton's, Mrs. Bobbin and Mrs. Dennison, and of course, the 16 poets I studied in detail in 12th grade, the stature of me being a published poet would be a myth. How then did I prove not to be a gawar, be brilliant at English, master my mother tongue and a few other languages? I think it's all kudos to the people with a lackadaisical attitude who say, oh, it's just an English exam. Who studies, right? But I did study. I put in my hard work. I still didn't score. I wondered why that happened. The answer is extremely simple. 12th grade brought that answer to me and I'll tell it to you today. Who picks her is the only one who can pick and afford what she likes. So if someone's treating you with a problem, don't be affected by it. They only smile at something they can't afford. So remember, you are a figure of class and sophistication that no one can touch. What's most important is, I've seen myself like that. I haven't let anybody get to me. I've vented. And I've let English become my counterpart. Poetry is the smile to my soul. And I'm so glad that I can stand here, proudly tell you, that in the night when most teenagers cry at their age saying there are too many tantrums, there are too many mood swings, I type my poems and I can do so in 2 minutes at the go. Okay. All this said and done, no matter what you do in life or where you go, carry just one rule along with you. The head suits or sits perfectly on the neck and the feet on the ground. So don't soar too high that you land back on a neck that slips you or shoes that don't fit you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Annie.